Mic test. Mic test, right? Read me along there, yeah? Oh, good lord, yes! Okay, so I ordered some tech. Okay, it's not tech, it's just mouse and keyboard, but I can do away with so many wires now. Truth be told, I prefer having wired stuff because, well, I hate having to replace batteries. But I have relented, considering I can consolidate all the wireless things. Instead of using Bluetooth, I can consolidate all into one dongle. And I can finally do away with that shitty keyboard that would never turn off its LEDs. Yes! And I got my freaking L2D, my L2D, no, not my L, not, it was technically not my L2D. It was my dang camera. Yeah, okay, so truth be told, I kinda am lazy in that I don't like turning on the light. So I had my camera on pretty much, what was it? It basically, oops, go away you. Let's see here. Ah, there it is. The shutter speed. Yeah, shutter speed. Unfortunately, okay, the reason why I had it pretty much on default automatic adjustment on everything is because I don't like turning on the light. My eyes are kind of sensitive, you see. Turning on the light would make me squint. My eyes are really sensitive. I hate the daytime. But if I must, fine. It's because let's see, the light adjustment is also paired in the same category as the shutter speed. So if I set it to automatic, it also auto adjusts the shutter speed, which in turn affects how the camera, how the capture rate, the capture rate of frame rate. Yeah, whatever. Let's just say it's frame rate. The frame rate of the camera's capture, which in turn affects how stuttery, jittery that my L2D reacts to that. Now it's much more smoother. Yes. See, part of that there was that irritating jitter to the physics, which honestly kind of looked like my hair was constantly blowing around. You know what? That's fine. I've gotten rid of it. Now at the very least, my L2D ain't, I don't know, suddenly nodding off. No, it was kind of like, how should I describe it? Constantly going back and forth in tiny little bits. Like I was nodding off, yeah. Well, not that I showed it. It was only noticeable if you actually saw my expression. Not that I've shown that. Oh, and having no wires for my mouse and keyboard mean I can move it around a whole lot more. Oh, freedom. And okay, so for my keyboard, it's in front of my drawing tablet. Yeah, drawing tablet. So the wire I would have to snake the wire around it. Now there's no wire. My mouse. Okay, so I wired my previous mouse. Well, the wires it wasn't in the way. No, not in the slightest. It did get caught now and then, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to Blue Archive, yeah? Yeah. Sorry. New event! Dragon and Tortoise, was it? Yeah. Introducing new girls from the Shanhaijing Academy. Right? Yeah, I sure I farmed it. I'm sure I farmed the stage. I did skip the intro event as well as and as well as the story. I haven't even started. Okay, so I have energy. Do I have? It's fine. I can do my dailies later, right? Yeah, I have the time. I have the time. So let's get on with the story, shall we? And story, right. Preview. And oh, it feels so good to have things running smoothly. Finally, smoothly. Wait, where's my mouse? Okay, so earlier my mouse for some reason turned off when I connected my phone. Mouse clicking. It still detected the cursor movement. Okay, does it detect this? I was working on my usual office work at Shale when it detects it. Yes. Sorry. Oh, my phone. Hello. Black Tortoise Promenade. Hello, this is the number for Jin Sensei with Shale. You have reached the voicemail of. Oh, you have jokes. That should help things move along more smoothly. Honestly, I hate being called. See, well, if I can help it, I just resort to, messages. No calls. No calls. Why no calls? Well, it's because half the time it's always scam calls. Or still, it's never in the right language. Half the time, I leave it on the speaker, and see how long it takes for them to hang up. The less calls they can make, the less scams they can succeed with. Yeah? Screw those guys. Your sense of humor could use some work, though. It's fine. Just perfectly honest. Well, next time I'll be expecting a good joke. I'm Akeshiro Rumi. I serve as president for the Merchants of the Black Tortoise Promenade. Hey, Rumi, how can I help you today? I have, let's say, a request or a commission. The Black Tortoise Promenade needs your help. When you put it like that, it sounds official and serious. And a little scary. Well, no, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I suppose it is official. It is fairly serious, to an extent. And scary. Well, it is scary. Fine, you got that right. Do you have some kind of second power? Are you a mind reader? I mean, whoever calls Shield is bringing problems for me to solve, right? Yeah. Don't go in the service industry if you can help it, especially if you're not outgoing or can stand people. Anyway, there's no need to worry about my request. It may be official, but the other words you used are exaggerations. Sure, you say that now. I want to invite you to come visit me at the Black Tortoise Promenade. I admit I'm curious to meet the famous sensei in person. Considering I didn't know her, I couldn't really say I'm famous. An invitation to the the Black and Praw keep keep merging in my mouth. Anyway, how could I say no? Yeah? Wonderful, it seems like we're on the same page. I look forward to seeing you, Sensei. You're not planning anything bad, right? Just I just hope it's free food. If it's free food, I can, divert that food elsewhere, like into games. I am, what are you going to do? You'll trust your students until the end? You'll give me a scolding if I do anything bad? I'm feeling a little envious of your students, Sensei. Oh, I'm also one of your students? You say such things so easily. I'm at a loss for words. It's settled then. I promise I'll keep you safe until the request is done. You say things pretty easily yourself. Sorry, I suppose. I guess I'm oblivious when it comes to these sort of things. Please try not to be. I've got to make some preparations. I'll see you at the Black Tortoise Promenade. Please look forward to it. I'll treat you to such delights you've never experienced before. Can I angle this? Slightly better, I guess. How's the capture? Okay, I don't have to shine it directly in the face at least. Downwards. A little later, I set out for the Black Tortoise Promenade in Shanghai Jing. I feel like the tables are a bit bare. So this is the Black Tortoise Promenade. Smells delicious, doesn't it? Go ahead, breathe it in. That one-of-a-kind, oily, savory smell. You're an outsider, right? Welcome to Shanghai Jing. This way, customer, to delicacies unlike anything you've ever tasted. Here, we have a seat for you at the Bamboo Shoot Panda Diner. Our soup is to die for. Our special golden sauce is made with pumpkin and mushroom stew in a pot with the tofu. Don't waste your time with the tofu. True pearl of the promenade is great mountain chicken. At our restaurant, we steam the chicken in a clay pot, then use its juices to make the best broth you've ever tasted. Our chicken is packed with flavor and the meat is tender and fragrant. It's a refreshing, cleansing soup with a deep savor of chicken. Don't be ridiculous, you can get steamed chicken anywhere. I don't want to hear that from you, tofu monger. Our customer isn't sheep, happy to eat grass. That's rude. Fresh vegetables calm the stomach and detoxify the blood. And you can't be happy without a full belly. The customer needs meat. Excuse me, what are you talking about here? I'm glad you're both so proud of your restaurants, but this person is my guest. President Rumi? You're a guest? Here you are, Rumi. Welcome, Sensei. I'm sorry I didn't meet you at the gate. We could have avoided this trouble. Didn't mean to cause trouble. We're terribly sorry. Have a nice day. Restaurants? I've told them many times to tone it down, but they don't listen. You thought it was an impressive welcome? They should have offered free samples. Just saying. Steamed buns would be fine. Yes. Prepare them next time, yes? Oh, Sensei, the welcome hasn't even begun yet. I will show you what it means to be a guest at Black Tortoise Promenade. Without further ado, welcome to the Black Tortoise Promenade. Still, I haven't seen what the problem is, so... Please? Free food? Yes? Rare delicacies. Rare delicacies. There we go. Thank you. God damn it. How is your Buddha's temptation soup? Shall we move on to the main course? I've made Happy Family. It has dried sea cucumber, abalone, conch, stir-fried with vegetables. You will also find bits of pork and shrimp. It's delicious. I've never had anything like it. Wonderful. As head chef, there's nothing I love hearing more than a customer enjoying their food. After you're done with that, the next course is a nice shrimp wonton soup. There's more? Of course there's more. We've just gotten started. After the main soup, there's also noodles and dessert. I've proportioned out each course to get the most flavor out of each dish. So, please enjoy. Thank you, but I'm not sure if I can eat that much. Nonsense, I can always eat more. This time. Is that so? In that case, I wish you good luck. Oh, dare. Beijo. President's suit's ready. Shall I bring it out? Shouldn't you take off? I think you should wear an apron if you're working in the kitchen. Unless you're just a server. But still, the jacket would get in the way. And if I must say so, it doesn't quite look flattering. Not yet. Our guest sensei doesn't seem to be ready. But since you're here, why don't you say hello? Reijo here. Works hard to keep me safe. Bodyguard? What? Reijo, nice to meet you, sensei. It's a pleasure, Ray. You call me Ray. Intriguing, no one has called me that before. Ray. Shall I call you that from now on, too? Please show mercy, President. She blushed! She blushed! That was a cute blush! But Sensei, I'm impressed. You threw me off balance with your opening move. In the movies, keeping your foe off balance is a fundamental skill in Kung Fu. It's nothing like that. I'm just being friendly. I'm using modesty to catch your opponent off guard. Using modesty to catch your opponent off guard. You know your stuff. I'm pretty sure she's just overthinking things. That's enough, Reijo. You're making Sensei sweat. Did I say something wrong? Don't pay her any mind. Reijo is as sharp as they come until you get her going on about Kung Fu. I will say, I didn't mind seeing her put you on the spot. Anyway, did you close the restaurant just to serve me today? That means I have all the kitchen staff to myself, right? I can order as much as I want and it'll come lickety split, yeah? That's why I asked you here, actually. Perhaps you should see this for yourself. If anything happens, Reijo will keep you safe. I'll see to it, President. Kazusa and Kayako. Now Reijo. Characters would put their hands in their jacket pockets. Well, to be fair, I do like it. I do like to do the same if I can help it. Hanging hands just feel so awkward. Rumi pointed her behind her with her thumb. And then... You got a problem? It's rude to point. Don't you know we're customers? Like Tortoise Promenade's customer service is the worst. Genrymon. Weren't they the secret service kind of thing from first Shanghai Jing? Basically the CNC as well as Hina's group. Shanghai Jing's version. This is why they get tongue please. This is why they got to resort to dirty business. So, as you can see, who are they? They're members of Genrymon. They order a single plate of stir-fried eggs, then loiter in the restaurant for hours. All of our other customers are scared off. And not by the stir-fried eggs, of course. Our egg dishes are affordable, but as delicious as any delicacy. It's a beautiful thing. But you see how it's a problem for someone to take up a table after ordering just one thing. It's an instruction of our business. Well, that's the whole reason they came here, isn't it? Can't ask them to leave. They're from Genrymon. Maybe you don't know about the relationship between the Black Tortoise Promenade and Genrymon. I take it you don't get along very well. In a nutshell, yes. The truth is, the truth is a bit more complex, of course. Nui. No. Genrymon is basically the student council of Shanghai Jing. To them, there's nothing more important than honor and tradition. Some might say they value tradition a little too much. They don't value tradition, they're obsessed with it. If they had their way, the Black Tortoise Promenade would be stuck making the exact same recipes for 1,000 years. Cooking must evolve, it must progress. If you always eat the same meal every day, is that really living? Also, well, ingredient availability. You never know when, your sources might get, stuck, etc., etc. In which case you'd have to adapt. But if they're going to be so strict, well, not going to adapt, are they? In which case they'd strike off those menu options, huh? Sad. They don't understand the work we do here at all. They're pushing the limits of cuisine itself. We want to lower your voice, Rachel. Hey, you guys talking about us? Just you wait, toy spunks. We'll bust you so hard your grandkids will be born in handcuffs. I was trying to avoid this. Everyone has its reasons for putting so much effort into upholding tradition. But sometimes I wish they could be a little more flexible about it. You can't run a large organization without a little flexibility, you know. I see, it is complicated. Yes, this isn't something I can discuss openly, but I hear quite a bit of grumbling about how Genrymon runs things. And Genrymon doesn't exactly look on us with kind eyes. But things have come to a head lately. There's this rumor, you see. And there's a plant that grows only in Shanhaijing 10,000-year ginseng. Because it's so hard to grow, its distribution and use are strictly controlled, and export of the ginseng is forbidden. But rumor has it that the Black Tortoise Promenade has been smuggling 10,000-year ginseng off campus. Ever since, we've had Genrymon members as regular customers while they investigate us. And thanks to their charming attitudes, all of our actual customers have been frightened away. Call it a rumor all you want, you can't fool us. The Black Tortoise Promenade thinks it can get away with anything. But you keep bringing in garbage from outside, it'll catch up with you sooner or later. If we just followed Genrymon's rules to begin with, we wouldn't have to be here. Rachel already explained this, but cooking that doesn't evolve is already dead. It's true of everything. We have to embrace new things as a society. Believe what you want, that doesn't mean you can just ignore Genrymon's orders. Hell, the Black Tortoise Promenade wouldn't exist without Genrymon. I doubt that. Fine. Genrymon gives us so much. Can we move on now? Backing down already, you're just as spineless as I thought. You won't blow us off so easily, we know you're hiding something. If you say so, have a nice day. So, will it help us? I want to get to the bottom of these tensions between Genrymon and Black Tortoise Promenade. They come here and pick a fight and call it tensions. We should be fighting back. You keep your temper, Reijo. Lashing out will only make things harder for us in the long run. You two are from Genrymon, right? Who's asking? You'd think they'd recognize. Don't think they'll go easy on you just because you're an adult. Maybe you're not from around here, but we all follow Shanhaijing's rules. That includes you. And that means I'd be careful of the company you keep, stranger. You might get mistaken for an enemy of Genrymon. So pick your friends wisely. Watch your manners. This is Sensei from Shale. From Shale? What do you do? I'd like to meet the leader of Genrymon. You want to meet President Kisaki? Even if you really are that Sensei. Yeah, not just anyone can get a meeting with the president. Even us. Interesting. I didn't realize this was a decision the two of you could make. What's that supposed to mean? I heard Shale was granted extrajudicial authority by the president of the General Student Council. And if Genrymon refused to meet with Sensei, I wonder what would happen. Why, if Kronos caught wind of this, it would be major news. Kronos is the media girls. Basically the news reporters. Gosh, I suppose that all kinds of reporters and investigators from the outside would come flooding into Shanghai Jing. Wait, hold on, let me think about this. A good businesswoman seizes on her ideas right away. Wait a second. Oh, my bad. I was looking at the preview. It's minutes ago. Oh well. Don't take too long. A good businesswoman seizes on her ideas right away. On second thought, take your time. The Black Tortoise family could make a fortune feeding all those outsiders. I should thank you for providing us with such a wonderful business opportunity. Fine, I'll pass on your message. But don't say I didn't warn you. That's all I ever wanted. This isn't over. Black Tortoise Promenade. Sensei used soft core to use those punks' power against them. You need to take notes. Come back to us, Reijo. Not everything is kung fu. Ultimately, the students who were sabotaging our business are gone. Thank you, Sensei. Well, I did enjoy watching our Genrymon friends twist in the wind. I assume you have a plan? You don't? You're just going to go there and talk things out? Goodness, that's rather simplistic. I like it! Shall we head out, Reijo? Are you sure this is a good idea? Yeah. Besides, I have something to say to Kisaki as well. Let's all go together, yeah? Understood. I'll do everything in my power to keep Sensei safe. Marvelous, thank you. But we haven't finished our meal. Reijo, bring out the shrimp wonton soup, if you will. Yes, ma'am. I'll be right back with the next course, Sensei. You know, I've never had, a full course meal. Well, if I must say so. Yeah, each course always looks so small and unsatisfying. Yeah, I'm the sort who, likes to fill my stomach. Yeah, so the small portion is just... Say I like one course a lot more, but I don't have a choice to, get seconds, do I? I well. For future me to bother with, I haven't... Are there any stores that have full course meals? Not that I have outfit for such a place. Maybe. For future me to bother with, yes. I only hope my stomach survives. Don't force yourself. You can leave, and you can leave anything you can't finish. There's nothing wrong with having plenty of leftovers, after all. Right. What was it? If I recall, in Chinese culture, I think it was good manners to leave leftovers. It signifies that they fed you until that you couldn't eat anymore. In a good way, Not that, it's not that you didn't like it, but that you ate your fill. Yes. But still, why is Genrymon so stubborn? Let's have a look-see. Today it begins. This is the place? Yes, Rikagaku, where Genrymon is headquartered. It's been a long time since I was last here, but not much has changed. Things are about to get noisy. You'd think they'd send word. Or maybe, they swept it under the rug to not get into trouble. Yeah, that kind of thing always happens, huh? Who goes there? Stop right there. For President Rumi and Reijo from the Black Tortoise Promenade, he brought the sensei from Shale. Sensei was hoping to see Kisaki. I'm sure that can be arranged, right? You're in no position to make demands, Tortoise, but this is that, Sensei? I'm not brave enough to come here without Sensei to hide behind. Is that it? Should you really be saying that to her face while I'm right there? I suppose we aren't when you put it like that. So what of it? Are you going to deny Sensei's request? Think of the headlines, President. San Haijin's Genrymon kicks Shin Sensei to the curb. Genrymon will be famous throughout all Kivonos. Is that a good thing? Beats me. But you're the one who said it. Well, that was my line. I'm supposed to be playing straight man to Reijo here. This isn't a comedy routine. Anyway, please let your president know I'm here. Wait right here. I'll pass your message right along. I'd say that, but no. Yeah, since he knows how to get their way. I mean, it's more like he's already in a position of power, rather than, maneuvering. Things certainly are interesting in Sun Haijing. You get used to it. You have to, if you want to run a business. How are you doing so far, Sensei? This is a little more cloak and dagger than I'm used to. You're not too far off on that. Kisaki, she really hasn't changed. President is coming. I feel like that should be a shawl instead of a coat. Yeah, a shawl would be a lot cuter. I've heard stories about you, Sensei. It's good to finally meet you. If only the circumstances were different. What should I call you? Just Kisaki? Watch your mouth. I don't care if you're with Shale. Yeah, mind your manners. Enough. Sensei has come far to meet us. We can make allowances. Yes, thank you. They say the Sensei of Shale is a loose cannon, a conniving mastermind. Crushes anything that stands in their way. Huh? Who told you that? Don't worry, now that we've met, it's clear those stories were exaggerations. You look like the sort of person who's constantly being tricked into doing the work of others. I liked it better when you thought I was a mastermind. Perhaps I'm mistaken. One can never tell what's going on inside someone's mind. I look forward to learning what sort of person you truly are. Oh, she snapped her fingers. I mean, who actually uses those kind of gestures? To call people. That'd be damn imperious. Allow me to introduce my executive officer, Mina. She spearheads Genrymon's operations and acts as my personal guard. Perhaps we should continue to the topic at hand. You're here about the 10,000-year ginseng that's being smuggled outside of Shan Haijing. The Black Tortoise Promenade was accused, but I was wondering if you had any actual evidence. Show them. This is... You recognize this, of course? Yes, all the Black Tortoise Promenade's cooking ingredients are shipped in boxes like these. I mean, anybody can grab a box out of the garbage, please. You asked to see the evidence. I am more than happy to provide it. The 10,000-year ginseng is rare, even in Shanghai Jing. Nobody can harvest it without our permission. For a rare specialty such as this to be shipped outside of Sun Hygiene without our express approval, unthinkable. Candyman cannot let this go unpunished. Black Tortoise Promenade must answer for it. Yeah, it's probably a rival restaurant, you know. It's not hard to get, you know, boxes. Listen, I'm not trying to brag, but nothing happens in the Black Forest Promenade without my knowing of it. And I have not heard a whisper of anyone doing such anything with 10,000-year ginseng. I swear to you, if anyone in the promenade was doing anything illegal, I'd round them up and turn them in myself. Is that all you have to say for yourself? What a shame. Anyone has presented concrete. No, hardly concrete. It's cardboard. Literally and figuratively, that is. In return, all you have provided are empty words. I'm sure you're kind of putting them on the spot. And besides, if you say this is concrete evidence, why isn't anybody, you know, locked up? Instead, you're just investigating. In other words, your evidence is flimsy. Haven't we heard enough, President? Yeah, the Black Tortoise The Black Tortoise Promenade is already infamous. What? Ah, black. They're the ones spitting. There's no doubt they're using the 10,000-year ginseng in their dishes. But you just said they were being exported. Why would... They're a threat to our way of life. What, being statues? Statues don't have lives. They don't have values like we do. I suppose the statue does have value. It's just totally something they do. Get on your knees and beg for mercy, Black Tortoise Promenade. I won't deny that our approach to cooking can be unconventional, but you can't find success without taking a few risks. If you never go outside the lines, you'll end up a dullard who can't think for herself. Enough! I will not put needless mockery here. Huh? So your bodyguards are allowed to do that, huh? We have made our accusation against Black Tortoise Promenade. It is only fair that I hear their appeal. Fair? But you just sent your goons against them. Yeah, it's more or less harassment. That's fair? We know they did it. They smuggled the 10,000-year ginseng. Every student of Sun Hygiene may speak freely here. Are they? Can they? So long as it does not harm our academy. But the Black Tortoise Promenade is harming Sun Hygiene right now. There is a difference between thoughtless mockery and actual harm. We can't ignore the evidence against your organization, President Rumi. Know that we are watching you. However, it does not make sense to ask you to prove your innocence without giving you time to build your case. So I will give the Black Tortoise Promenade a short grace period. You know, the story would make more sense if, you know, the Black Tortoise Promenade girls called for Sensei from behind bars. Then it would make more sense, you know, that they are given a grace period instead of, you know, they call for help and they look for trouble with their student council and all that. If you can find evidence to convince me of your innocence, I will reconsider the sanctions against you. What, you consider harassment as sanctions? Really? Keep one thing in mind. If the situation grows worse, Genrymon will not hesitate to terminate business for the Black Tortoise Promenade. That is the will of Ryuge Kisaki, president of Genrymon. Not so fast, President. This isn't fair. Enough, Reijo. No matter what we say, those are boxes from the Black Tortoise Promenade. We both know the promenade is innocent, so we'll simply have to prove it by catching the real culprit. Would that work for you, President Kisaki? I have no objection, President Lily. Is she upset that she's flat? Where should we start? First things first, we need more information about 10,000-year ginseng. Could always cut that part out, yeah? Stuff like that. I can cut that part out, yes. Stop right there, Tortoise. I mean, are we not allowed to invest? We just came out to investigate, didn't we? Why are you stopping us? Sensei, behind me. You've got another thing coming if you think we'll let you walk away. President Kisaki is too. Couldn't we use this against them, you know? That your officers are, well, scummy. Heck, in which case we could insinuate that, you know, we were framed by them because they didn't like. That's probably the case, isn't it? They were probably framed by the junior officers and whatnot, or somebody who, you know, doesn't like the Black Tortoise Promenade is, quote unquote, breaking traditions, eh? Yeah. But there's no way I'm letting our top suspect just waltz on out of here. I'm placing you under arrest while we look for more solid evidence. Shaky grounds for making an arrest. Yeah. I don't need any grounds to take care of criminals like you. If only she wasn't one of the generic students. Stay down, Sensei. Sensei, is it true that you're a typical genius who always leads their students to victory? Who keeps telling these stories about me? It's funny how the strangest rumors swirl around you when you're in a position of power. Rumors or not, I look forward to seeing what you can do, Sensei. Can I go ahead and, you know, draw for... Yeah, I have 9,000. That's what, 50, 60? More than 50 pulls. Not a guaranteed pull, but fried rice. You know, fried rice. I like fried rice. Good fried rice is hard to get, you know. Well, the glutton that I am, honestly, anything that fits my mouth and fills my belly is fine. Which is a bit rude and discourteous, huh? I would still compliment the chef if it's good. No, we're up against reds, huh? In which case, wait. Reds? I want... Wait, where's Bunny Toki? I like the power gauntlet. You do not say no to the power gauntlet. Yes, the power gauntlet. Since we're talking about restaurants, it's technically unnecessary, completely unnecessary. This way, at the very least, hopefully Hina will be behind Toki and they'll be both closer to Hoshino, to her explosive buff AoE. Yeah, closer. Not that he needed. This is level 10 stuff. Why do they have artillery just ready there? Then again, yeah, Hibiki behind? Really? I saw that. One hit. Didn't even take the full stream. No way. Well, this will be interesting. Kisaki didn't order you to arrest us, did she? You know nothing about our president. Well, it's true that she is pretty hard to read. Wouldn't it be really awful if the president actually ordered this nonsense and then played dumb? She totally could do that, huh? She doesn't come with a price tag. I can't shake her to listen for what's inside. That's rude. But she is small enough for that, though. But I still know her better than any of you. Watch your manners. You're the ones who should watch it. You just attacked them out of the blue. After what you've done, you're lucky if you don't file a formal complaint with Genrymon. Like they'd listen to... I'm right here! Just you wait. You'll pay for this! Shakes fist. Third-rate lackey. They certainly are fast runners. You don't want to follow? Why would you want to follow them? We may have won this battle, but we shouldn't take any risks. This is Genrymon's territory, after all. Not to mention, if you do go after them, well, they could turn it around and say, you know, that Black Tortoise attacks unprovoked, even though they're full of shit. Yeah, people are scumbags at that. Let's hope they don't bring any more of their friends. Actually, that could draw Kisaki's attention, so we should be safe. Are we going to investigate now? I believe someone mentioned finding out more about 10,000-year ginseng. How about filing a complaint with Genrymon? Genrymon? How about filing a complaint with Genrymon? Well, we can always do that later if it comes to it. My first priority is clearing the promenade's name. And there's only one place that can help us. Problem solver 68? But they're not even part of Shanghai Jin. Wonder who they're talking about. Diligent study, constant practice. Ah, the Eastern Alchemy Society. That's right, Sensei. And how is this not against tradition? I've never so much as touched 10,000-year ginseng. And someone in Shanghai has. If anyone would know about it, it would be the medicine researchers at the Eastern Alchemy Society. Why do they call it alchemy? This is clearly science. I also consider checking with student athletes like martial artists and dancers. But they just chew up the ginseng without really understanding it, you see. Oh, so 10,000-year ginseng increases your combat power? Would that help my kung fu, do you think? Nobody said it would work like that. But you just said martial artists like to chew on it. Focus, Rachel, focus. That blush is still cute though. He's forgiven. Ah, Saya. My first few 3 stars were her. Yes, first few. Both versions. It felt awful. I heard something was up. A visit from the Black Tortoise Promenade and Sensei to boot. What's up? We were hoping you could help us with something. And could you put down that biohazard canister? What does it say on the tag? I can't read it. It seems like it's using older Chinese characters. I can't recognize them though. No, not happening. Sorry, Sensei, but go right back where you came from. Well, if it was just you, I'd be up for anything, but I'm hearing rumors about your friends from the promenade. Rumors what? There's trouble brewing between the Black Tortoise Promenade and Genrymon, and I want to keep out of it. The Eastern Alchemy Society is already busy researching the immortality elixir. Let's talk. We're all reasonable people. And I brought stir-fried knife-cut noodles with sauteed cheese meatballs. Do enjoy while we talk. She knows how to sweet talk people. Very much. I would certainly like to be sweet talked. Cheese meatballs. That doesn't sound half bad. Oh, that doesn't sound half bad at all. I haven't eaten dinner, damn it. I've never heard of such a thing. The cheese crisps inside the meatballs, give it a savory crunch, and the noodles soak up the sauce, and it's so chewy. Imagine the harmony of the aromatic noodles and the savory cheese mixing on your tongue. It was the only recipe that survived a night of intense experimentation. Use your expert opinion, sire. Well, since you need my expertise. Oh, I want some, damn it! So this is why we had to swing by the kitchen first. One never goes into battle without enough provisions. Good forethought. Hmm? Oh, not again. Why is it turned off? Is it because... my mouse isn't responding. Why? Why would you be interested in 10,000-year ginseng? Stuff's too much trouble. How so? First off, it's almost impossible to cultivate. The plant likes it cool and humid, so it only grows high up on the slopes of Kunlun Mountain. And it takes at least 6 years, usually 10, before it's mature enough to make into medicine. Why should call it 10,000-year ginseng then? Shouldn't it be 10,000? Even worse, if the plant is disturbed even a little, it goes into a hibernation stage. If you plant 100 seeds, you'll be lucky if even 10 sprouts in your lifetime. That's a tricky plant. And the taste, if you bite just the tip, it's so bitter it'll make your tongue go numb for 10 minutes. You'd be crazy to want to cook with it. You're not kidding. You've cooked with it before? I just tasted a small bit of it. There are some failures that you can see coming even without experimenting. Maybe so, but somehow I never can resist trying out a new recipe. But as they say, the best medicines are bitter, and 10,000-year ginseng is no exception. Once you go through all of the steps for finding it, and there are a lot, it has some interesting effects, such as it provides a temporary but intense increase to your ability to focus, boosts your metabolism, which makes it attractive for dieters, and it acts as a stimulant, stopping you from feeling any fatigue at all. It even increases cognitive processing so much that you can see bullets flying at you. It can make you dodge bullets. Amazing. For those who can't understand, they mean bullet time. Okay. Okay, for those who don't know game terminology like that, slow-mo. Okay? I never said anything about dodging bullets. You'll stand there thinking, oh, a bullet, I should dodge that. Yeah. Thinking faster does not make you react faster. Yeah, you just see it coming and be unable to do a thing about it. Then wham, the bullet hits you. Improved reaction time, tireless energy, and high metabolism. No, Reijo. I didn't say anything yet. Oh, Reijo makes the cutest expressions. But she doesn't have a unit out yet. Yet. Eventually, right? Eventually, right? Like how Reza didn't get... Right, I played Reza's event before she was released. She was only released on the rerun. So Rejo is likely to get, a proper unit later, right? Then again, Rio, Akira, Shiriko Terra. I'd like to see units for those girls too. You don't have to. You must get stronger the proper way. Otherwise, it's not in the spirit of Kung Fu, is it? Of course, it's like you always say. There's no such thing as a free lunch. No shortcuts. I understand, President. Then would you? No. You didn't hear what I was going to ask. I'm too busy with my cooking and my work as president to train in Kung Fu with you. Hold on, can I? Oh, the option doesn't... Anyway, this ginseng sounds like it could be dangerous in the wrong hands. Yeah. High metabolism... Well, let's just say it makes you... Okay, one side effect to high metabolism that I can see is, well, it make you get hungrier faster. In other words, it can starve you. Yeah. And the high speed reaction, well, there was that one chapter from Bleach, right? The superhuman potion thing. Yeah, that one. There's plenty of students who dream of getting their hands on the stuff to help with studying, exams, and so on. And here I thought they were after its unique bitter flavor. Only you. It's always about taste with you, huh? Well, at least you're consistent. Anyway, I don't get students like that. Just read the textbook before your exam and bam! It doesn't work like that, girl. Well, it's not that easy for most people. Really? For me, it's always been enough to brush up on my reading the day before. I always get a perfect score, except for when they sneak in trick questions, that is. You're the only person I know who can do that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Ryu seems like she'd have the ability to memorize, stuff off the bat. Maybe Yuka? Plenty. Is that so? Huh. Guess I can understand why some students are after this ginseng in that case. Maybe, but that doesn't make it okay. Okay, so here's what I don't get. Even if these students get the ginseng, who's got time to process it? You need to handle dangerous solvents and high temperatures, and a single mistake along the way ruins the batch. Detoxification, distillation, neutralization, separation, rapid cooling, extraction. That's just off the top of my head. Can one ingredient really require that much processing? You need a professional lab to make anything useful. If there was anywhere other than the Eastern Alchemy Society with that kind of setup, I'd have heard about it. And you'd think, that the Genrymon girls would, look into this instead of, going straight for the box. And if anyone is distributing all of that equipment, my contacts would have informed me. You both know yourself. Can't turn on Bunsen burner and sun hygiene without my knowing about it. Not that all this knowledge is helping with the immortality elixir. Still chasing that immortality elixir, eh? Driven because it's impossible. That's right, impossible. Anything less than an impossible goal wouldn't be worth the challenge. She makes sense there, honestly. You know, turning over the opinion that something is impossible. Hmm. One time. Okay, so one time this guy he complimented me that I had this can-do attitude, I suppose. It was honestly, I still find it weird because he makes it sound special, but to me it was more like I can do it. I can do it. I just have to do it, you know? Instead of, I have to try to do it. But I suppose that's the difference, it's a matter of mindset. Hmm. But then, hmm, the difference being is that when people hit a speed bump, some might struggle. But with how I viewed it, it was more like it's a speed. I saw it as a speed bump that I could overcome, and thus more or less just ignored it. Yes, it was that kind of thing, I guess. But in Saya's case, it's more like knowing it's impossible and trying to overturn that view. That's far more admirable, in my opinion. Romantic. It's like a hero going up against the evil demon lord. Yeah, the all-powerful demon lord. I mean, when I put it like that, it's always a given that the hero triumphs over the demon lord, right? It's not quite as heroic. It's not quite as heroic when the hero is gonna win. You gotta in stories. Yes, get back to stories. Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it anyways. So it's always more exciting when you know that the hero can't. It's going to be absolutely difficult, and the hero has a chance of failure. That there is a challenge, not just a challenge that, no, not challenge. Obstacle. Obstacle. Yes, challenge sounds like it's, just a simple puzzle. An obstacle. Yes, an obstacle sounds more permanent stop. Whereas a challenge is, it's just a speed bump. Yes, an obstacle. Yes. The great demon lord that the hero must overcome should be an obstacle. The final obstacle, wall. No, not wall. The mountain. Not the mountain that they must climb over, but the mountain they must go through with their bare hands. Somehow. That sounds absolutely stupid, but in my opinion, that is how the hero should. How the hero's battle against the demon lord should be portrayed. An absolutely impossible task, and it's the author's prerogative to make it interesting. Yeah. Suffice to say, I don't like low-powered protagonists. Even more so if the author leaves them, with a very obvious go-to solution. Well, not so much solution as it is a bag of tricks that they can pull anything out their ass. I do not like good writing I do not like bad writing like that. At least put some effort into it, damn it. Sorry, back to the story, shall we? Any researcher worth her salt has to aim as high as possible, no matter how difficult. And while I work towards this difficult and impossible thing, I'll naturally make lots of great discoveries on the way. It's downright inspiring. See? She's even thinking about the The growth that the discoveries and growth she'll make on the way. This is very, what's the word? It's very admirable. Yes, a broader vision than I realized. Yeah, even broad. It's broad. Don't get me wrong, those discoveries are nice, but they're not the goal. Some scientists get sidelined by their unexpected results and forget what they're after. But not at the Eastern Alchemy Society. I won't allow it. She's the only one there, isn't she? Are there others? Compliment me all you want, Sensei. But I'm not getting wrapped up in this. I don't know who's smoking the 10,000-year ginseng or what it's being used for. Oh, truly. You thought of something? No, I just had a thought. Nothing that concerns you. What's that one research project using a chemical from the 1,000-year ginseng to stimulate brain function? That research is... You mentioned that 10,000-year ginseng only grows on Kunlun Mountain, didn't you? We should take a look there for ourselves. Thanks for the lead. You would think that, with how famous the 10,000-year ginseng would be, that everyone would know where it comes from and that place would be policed. But apparently Genrymon doesn't, Yeah, Genrymon is looking a lot more half-assed. It seems starting to seem worse than the Pandemonium Society. And they're just about ineffective. Ineffective in the puppeteer, in the sock puppet way. Yeah, they're just figureheads. Makoto's Chuni is just he's kind of cute though. Yes, I will admit that. The Eastern Alchemy Society has nothing to do with your investigation. I'll be sure to mention that to Genrymon when I see them. Kunlun Mountain we go, huh? Ooh, 10 episodes. Okay, you know what? I'll split this into two streams, yeah? So there we go. So we're gonna continue, or rather, we're gonna stop at chapter 5, yeah? Are you alright, Sensei? Slow down, you kids. I mean, who calls themselves? Who uses spring chicken as a descriptor? And if I must say so, I have, say, I'm used to walking. Yeah, such that whenever people ask me for, well, places to eat nearby, well, my nearby is not anywhere near, is much farther than everyone else's nearby. Oh, and considering I don't, walk, if I must say so, I'm pretty much a loner. So I don't know other people's capacity. Limits. Yes, limits. I still question why everyone walks so slow, or gets tired so fast. Sensei, when all this is over, do you want to do Kung Fu? No thanks. In Sensei's case, that may not be a bad idea. What brought this on? In everything you do, stamina and endurance are key. I don't think so. That's true, even in cooking. Yeah, if you've seen Rumi's animations, The chibi animations. She lifts the wok with one hand. Cooking with a wok like that, one-handed and flipping, it takes a lot of arm strength. If I must say so. They make it, all the videos online. They make it look easy, cooking with a wok like that. But the arm strength involved. You're lifting it from the side with supporting. Okay, if you're using just the grip, your hands will be tense. So I don't look closely at their hands. They're probably thumb hooked on the handle, fingers, supporting the base of the wok, right? And then they're flipping it, or at least have a specialized wider handle for easier grip. But whatever, the center of balance is, well, way off. So it's further from the handle. So actually lifting it up is disgustingly heavy. As not to mention, and that's just without without ingredients, it's already unwieldy to flip. With ingredients, it's just impossible. So yeah, it takes a lot of arm strength to know consistently. Yeah, they make it look easy. It takes a lot of forearm strength to keep your grip, as well as just to keep shifting it. Should anybody be holding hands with Rumi? I'm pretty sure she can control her grip strength, right? I think it's the same with your work, Sensei. I'm pretty sure I just have to order people around, right? Sounds like you just want to whip me to shape. That too. I don't want to exercise! Act before you think, or you will surely lose. How's that? No! That describes you perfectly. See, you've already got the Kung Fu spirit in you. This is getting interesting. I should have brought some. I know that's pronounced oolong, right? Tang Hulu. I know some Chinese, but yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry. I'm not doing this for your entertainment. If you're going to watch, at least provide snacks for all. Oh? What do you mean you're late? Not that we were invited. You're late, Black Tortoise Promenade. Allow me to introduce myself formally. I am Konoe Mina, Executive Officer of Genmimon. You're Kisaki's right-hand girl. I take it she actually sent you this? Perhaps. Perhaps doesn't really cut it. With her being vague like that, it could be that she wasn't sent by Kisaki and is there to just, impede us. Criminals can't resist returning to the scene of the crime. I knew you'd show up eventually. Again with the baseless accusations. You Genry members are too much. Genrymon members, sorry. I said Genry there, didn't I? No, the signs are there. I'm sure of your guilt now, beyond a doubt. Maybe you think you're sure, but I say you're being careless. I never take so much as a careless step. Maybe other students can afford to be, but not Genrymon. You're pretty cocky, you know that? It's diligence, not cockiness. Hardly. What diligence? It's high time I close this case for good. It's been a tough road getting... Tough road? What have you done, might I ask? But the deepest road is the most satisfying. do not burn a precious meal ticket. Don't worry, Sensei, it's a fake. It would have been cool if I had a real cigarette. Oh, she's a poser. No, it wouldn't. Smoking isn't cool. God, she would get along so well with Aru. Absolutely. God, they would absolutely play off each other too well. Heck, if they... Okay, I'm gonna put this on auto so I can talk. If they actually got together and, play acted in the movie, they would absolutely hit it off so well. They would... and they're in the right positions too. Aro is the suave boss, the suave mafioso boss, and then Mina is the the cool executive, right? Yeah, they could absolutely hit it off too well. It's disgusting. I want to see art of it. I mean, they both have coats. Even they have coats over their shoulders and not with their arms through the sleeves. Just they're almost. Calm. Okay, calm. Okay, back to the story. Sorry. Oh dear, I didn't want to resort to force, but there may be no avoiding it. So, can we talk this out now? I must learn from my mistakes or I'll never move forward. If I don't move forward, I can't grow. Is she monologuing right in front of us? It's not an indignity unless you let it be. We were not born simply to... What is she on about? I'm not the only one thinking these things, I guess. She's speaking nonsense. Yeah, I didn't catch all that. She's trying to think of the proper lines. God, she's... I staked this place out after I heard you were meeting with the Eastern Alchemy Society. I was curious if the society would come here with you or if you'd come alone. Is the Eastern Alchemy Society on your suspect list? They deal in medicines. It's only natural they'd reach out to Black Tortoise's promenade to get their hands on special ingredients. What? She's working with the assumption that we are the criminals. That's some imagination you've got there. It's not really. No, it's not deduction. It's imagination. You talk like you're from an old noir film. Yeah, hard-boiled detective. I'm glad somebody noticed. You can relax with us. No need to play it cool. God damn it, especially. Sorry, I need to take that. God damn it. Okay, that goofball expression is kind of cute, okay? I'm not playing it cool. I already am cool. Seems like it. I see, man. If the Eastern Alchemy Society is so suspicious, why haven't you been hassling them too? I don't have proof against them. On the other hand, we have that box from your promenade. It feels so half-assed! And now the culprits have returned to the scene of the crime. You may as well have written a confession. By that same reasoning, you could say that, the Eastern Alchemy Society is the only ones who could process are the only people who could process the things. Thus, they are the criminals. Yeah, no. The only thing left is. The only thing left to decide? Well, tongue, please, cooperate. The only thing left to decide is what to do with about you, Sensei. You're jumping to conclusions. How could we have harvested ginseng from this sacred mountain without Genrymon noticing in the first place? Yeah, if Genrymon is properly policing the place, well, the first suspects I would look into are, well, your spore nets. That's easy. Everyone knows the Black Tortoise Promenade resort to any and every dirty trick in the book. Says who? Bribery, coercion, nighttime sneakery. There are too many ways to list. I'm sure you know all about that sort of thing. That sounds like slander. Please, use your brain. If you have one. You keep saying that criminals always return to the scene of the crime. Well, you returned here too, didn't you? It seems to me that Genrymon's behind this. See? And you're just trying to pin it on us. How dare you? But it makes sense though, right? Who else but Genrymon could secretly smuggle the ginseng from here? Then you frame the Black Tortoise Promenade and get rid of us once and for all. You're ignoring the biggest smoking gun of them all. The 10,000-year ginseng was found in one of your boxes. The Black Tortoise Promenade makes deliveries all over Shanghai. Exactly. Their boxes they're boxes. They're disposable. Anybody could get their hands on them. Heck, check the garbage dump. And maybe you forgot, but Genrymon basically runs everything in Shanghai. It would have been a piece of cake for you to get your hands on a few misplaced promenade boxes. Nonsense! You're nonsense! If I may set aside my title of president and offer an outside perspective, it's not an outside perspective, my dear. The Black Tortoise Promenade and Genrymon watch every move the other makes, right? I'm not sure how one could smuggle anything without the other noticing. You're right, someone would have witnessed something by now. Sensei? You aren't taking their side, are you? Sensei, you can't honestly believe Genrymon is innocent. I'm not doing anything like that. You're Sensei getting dragged into your bigger. Honestly, you're like two peas in a pod and you don't even realize it. Are there any other groups? Anyone who is independent from both Black Tortoise Promenade and Genrymon? There's no such organization in Shanhaijing. Then perhaps from outside of Shanhaijing. I can totally imagine. Who can I imagine? The CNC girls could do it if they had, a mission here, but well, they don't do They do special ops, but not black ops. There's a difference there. Black ops basically are off the books things that should never be off the books and, well, okay, in my eyes, special ops are more like missions that require higher level of skill versus black ops that are publicly not acknowledged. Technically, the special ops group aren't publicly acknowledged, but at the very least, they are sanctioned. Whereas black ops, well, they're technically sanctioned, but they won't be acknowledged if they're caught. No, there's at least. How do I describe this? Damn it. Spec Ops are more like covert missions, whereas Black Ops are more like assassinations or not. Darker, I guess? It doesn't feel like the right description. Darker. Okay, anyways, not the CNC. That's Millennium. Gehenna? Gehenna? Oh. The Gourmet Research Society. That would... God damn it. That would totally fit. The 10,000 year ginseng is an ingredient. And they would do anything for that, wouldn't they? Oh my god, did I hit the nail on the head there? Okay, then what about... Okay, that's Gehenna. Definitely not Beatles. Trinity... And I can't see Trinity using ginseng. Ginseng? What? I'm not sure what ginseng is used for in the first place. I think it can... Herbal tea, yes, it can... I'm pretty sure it can be used in herbal tea, right? Right? It's considered a herb, right? Ginseng tea? Is that a thing? Eh. Okay, so top suspects in my list. The Gourmet Research Society. Yes. I can't help but think it's them. Good thinking. It's another piece of evidence proving the Black Tortoise Promenade's guilt. Thanks. That smug face. That smug face. It screams. Mm. That smug aura, damn it. Are you seriously bragging that your club sticks its nose in everyone's business? That's embarrassing. Is that what you meant, Sensei? Did you trick me? Are you an enemy after all? No? But fine. I'll believe you for now. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. It's a good question. Organization not influenced by either of our groups. Oh, I can think of one. Doesn't you know the answer? What club is that? No, it could be. If that place is somehow involved, then Sun Haijing is in a worse state than I thought. Well, mumbling to yourself and withholding details is not appropriate in a school setting. Oh, let people mumble all they want, Sensei. Sensei, are you educating me? Actually, I just want you to spill the beans. Yes, don't withhold. Sensei, I'm here for your present. It's hard to say out loud, just whisper into my ear. What are you babbling about? Spit it out or I'll show you how we make people talk and get me one. I realize there is one group. They're a group that nobody would ever think of. None of us even consider them. The fact that you still don't know who I'm talking about proves it. Why, they have our names synonymous with innocence. Who? Really? The Plum Blossom Garden girls? Sun Hygien's Disciplinary Support Department. The Plum Blossom Garden. I don't follow. Why would they want... Yeah, why would they want the ginseng? What, to promote... Isn't that the kindergarten place? Last chapter for the stream. I feel still... Do I want to pull? Do I want to pull? Yeah, it's the kindergarten. 72, 53, 81, 48. What are those numbers? Ah, grading. Thought that was pattern there. Overthinking. Gosh, I wish the kids could study more. I didn't even make the test that hard this time, but there are still kids who will need to do makeup work. I just know Shen is going to bother me again about the difficulty of these tests. Coconut's cute. Good day, little instructor. It's been a while. Hasn't Rumi? Hi. Little instructor? I do have a name, you know. And you are little. I'm sorry. Little coconut. How have you been? Little coconut isn't any better. But I'm mature. I can let it go. Honestly, her head is... The top of her head seems so smooth and it's perfect for petting. I've been good. Teaching the kids sure keeps me busy. That's great, Coconut. Just great. Let us know if you need anything at all, okay? I hope you're not bothering you while you're busy, Instructor Coconut. See, she gets it right. Oh, no, it's no bother. You're all welcome. She probably heard the instructor Coconut, and actually got, pretty happy. It's so unusual to see people from the Black Tortoise promenade and Kinemon together. So about that, I'm glad you mentioned it. Stay clear of these bad girls. They spit on tradition. They're always up to trouble. That's slander right there. They avoid these bullies if you want. They close themselves off from the world, then pick on anyone who doesn't do the same. That's enough out of you. At least I have values. Don't tell me what to do, Kinemon. This isn't your turf. Poor Coconut, all this squabbling is giving her a panic attack. Don't look at it like it's not your problem, Sensei. Thanks, Sensei. Nice save. So we do actually have a reason for this visit, Coconut. Has anyone asked you to move any strange boxes lately? Strange boxes? I don't think... Oh, actually... Got hit, huh? Yes. A student did ask me to deliver a box of Black Tortoise promenade to someone outside the academy. Well, there's a confession. She's not complicit. I mean, she was an accessory to the crime. Yes, accessory. What do you mean? Of course it was from Black Tortoise. Stop jumping to conclusions. Instructor Coconut, what did this student look like? I didn't get a good look. I think she was sick because she was wearing a mask. So she hid her identity and up. How the hell does that? Oh, why is that? The Black Tortoise promenade will... I feel like grabbing her by the lapels. What? Deny that, Rachel! But if one of our members was doing something so illegal that she had to hide her face, I'd have heard about it. Now that's interesting. Not Rumi, but you. Well, Reiju does take care of a good amount of our on the ground works. Let's say. I mean, Rumi's the chef, right? Yeah, footwork. You leave it to. Well, she should help out with the receiving of the goods. Then Reiju would be in charge of the, no, not receiving, but taking the stuff in and putting them away. Whereas Reiju would be on the exterior receiving and transport, I guess, right? She hasn't missed anything yet. I can vouch for her. Oh, and the students of the Plum Blossom Garden have been asked to do some weird errands lately. I would look into that, honestly. The students? You mean the kids? Please explain. So we often have the kids do little deliveries and other errands for other students. It's good real-world training. But lately we've been getting requests to deliver things to people on the outside. You didn't accept these requests, did you? Yeah? It didn't sound dangerous. The students asking for help said they'd keep our kids safe. I went with them once too, just to be sure. Everything seemed okay. Anyone Anyway, who in Kubota would dare mess with the students of the Plum Blossom Garden? Despicable. Did you say something? Don't worry about it. Thanks for your time today, Instructor Coconut. Sensei? Right. Thank you for your time. I would ask Coconut more about, the details of the requester. Why go back now? Huh? What? You're leaving already? Good thinking, Rachel. This isn't something we want to talk about in front of the kids. Just wanted to protect them from the look on Officer Mina's face. Using innocent kids like that. Do they have no shame? I will find them and I will crush them with all the might of Garimon if I have to. Oh, she's not accusing Black Tortoise about it? No? Really? Why don't you take some deep breaths, huh? Expect me to just let this go, Sensei? None of us are suggesting that, but let's think for a moment. It would be nice if you could gather up all of the Garimon's might, as you put it. But as far as I know, even Kisaki can't do it. What do you know about the president? Let's just say she and I just know just as much about each other as we should. What does that mean? Whatever we do next, we should make sure we catch the ones who are actually responsible. Actually, I just thought of, other suspects, the mercenaries and all that, right? The the non-human characters, right? Can't remember what their names are. The puppet, the flower lady, Crack, and then there's the mercenary group, the robots, the robot head guys. What was it? What were their names? Sorry, I don't remember. It's pretty common for lower ranked members to get all the blame and responsibility in big organizations. Yeah. This didn't happen at the Black Tourist Promenade. It's because you give your underlings too much freedom. There must be strict rules that every member of the group follows. No exceptions. Yeah, rules so strict you can't adapt with the times. When life throws us curveballs, our members have enough flexibility to react. And what do you call tricking those poor kids at the Plum Blossom Garden? Being flexible? Get it through your thick skull. We have nothing to do with this. And you still don't have any concrete evidence anyway. That's why we should be working together to gather evidence and find the real culprit. We're also angry that the Plum Blossom Garden was dragged into this, And what will you do to prove that the Black Tortoise Promenade was behind this after all? So far, you haven't proven otherwise. I mean, proven that they actually are perpetrators beyond cardboard boxes that you can pick up off the corner. We'll take personal responsibility. Close the promenade, scatter our members, whatever we want. President! Don't worry, even if we lose everything, we can always start again. Besides, I don't think anyone will be moved by anything less than absolute conviction. No, they were moving already. In fact, with such flimsy evidence. So, Sensei, what's our next move? Wait, so in the first place, why did Rumi think that the Plum Blossom Garden would be a lead? Yeah, it was pretty blank there. She didn't explain why that did the writer skimp? Maybe it feels like it. time for us to set a trap. A trap? Honestly, I just wait for another delivery at the Plum Blossom Garden and, nab them. And then, well, interrogate them. Ah! No, I'll end stream here. But should I pull? If I remember, I have looked at the banner predictions and I should be able to pull, right? But then again, I need to save. Strange. Why doesn't my mouse respond sometimes? It works now, I mean. Okay, how many pulls do I have? 9,500 divided by 1,200. 6 for 5. So 350. 350 is almost 3 pulls. So I have 70 pulls. Yes, I have 70 pulls. Oh, in case anybody wants a trick to mental math, break it down. I know 6,000 is 1,200 times 5. Take that out of 9,000. 9,500. That leaves me with... Wait, 3,000. I somehow got 2,500 earlier. Wait, no, it's correct. I did use 3,500. Yes, 3,500 is close to 3,600, which is basically 3 pulls. So, considering I'm just short, that means I have 2 10 pulls. So 2 plus 5, 10 pulls, 7 10 pulls. God, why am I teaching math? I hate teaching. Thank goodness. Alright, I did try a pull. Oh god, the sunglasses, I just noticed. I mean, on her head, it looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. But like, I don't know, when she pulls it down, it somehow just doesn't suit her. Yeah, it just doesn't suit her somehow. Okay, so I believe I pulled Rooney. Yeah, see that right there. That she makes it look easy, but it takes a lot of forearm strength just to move the walk, especially if it's weighted down by that much fried rice. Oh, I do want some. I guess I can get some for tomorrow's lunch. Yes. I'll get for tomorrow's lunch. In the meantime, okay, I'll keep 5 10 pulls. Yes, 5 10 pulls. Yes. So I'll draw 2 more times. Okay, so in all honesty, I very much prefer saving up until I can guarantee recruitment points from this. Requires 200 pulls. In other words, 24,000. 24,000, right? Yeah, 24,000. Yeah, and anything less, and I don't get the unit, it just feels like a waste because the recruitment points are just going to be converted into crafting currency. I have that in access. Well, technically, I've been actively using it, and it's been going down at least slowly. Still. Anyway, 10 pull each, yeah? I already pulled for Rumi once. Well, yeah, 1 10 pull. So let's go. Do I have any prayers? Yeah. I'm still using that pull. Please, signature. How about a new one? Can I draw fried rice? can't really. It looks like a hat or pudding, but I didn't get it. Right. Skip. I have all the ones and 2 stars. Okay. Do me again. I have looked at their student info. Yumi's got cleanse and heal. That being said, it's probably a bouncing type to the nearest unit. It would be a bit irritating. Yeah, it'd be hard to target the boosted heal and debuff cleansing. This though. All right, and then heal over time. It'd be great for Hyro. Overtime healing. That being said, Hyro is one of my best. It's already one of my best raid events. In fact, the current one. Yeah, I need to improve my blue units. Blue strikers. How's Mina? Explosive as well. And inflicts tons of debuffs. 3 debuffs. I remember there was a new raid coming. And she's basically built for it. And the dental for Mina. Fine. Please. Ooh, pink. I drew using my mouse. Yes, 2! 3, 4. Okay, next one. Next one is a 3-star, right? Please let it at least be a new girl. Please. Yes. Okay, so unlike Aru at the very least, she doesn't have a spaz out. She doesn't have spaz outs, or she doesn't stumble as much. In fact, if they did pair up or group up, yeah, I can totally see that. I can totally see the chemistry. Aru would still be stumbling, and then Mina would somehow be able to pick up all the pieces. Honestly, I do think that Mina, okay, she wouldn't pick up the pieces properly, but at the very least, she'd pick up the story beat that Aru would be trying to lead into, yeah? Yes, I can totally see it. It's too bad they're from different schools. So there's so much less chance for them to. Oh, right, forgot this one. She's one of the. Okay, like I said, I don't like RNG, and she was also one of the girls that I kind of got off banner. I haven't really looked into her now. I think about it. So her memory lobby is adorable, though. Yes, I will admit that her memory lobby is adorable. 4-leaf clover and all that. But yes, 2 10-pulls was all it took. I'm pretty sure I said that. I talked about that one time. I drew a banner unit with a free pull in Princess Connect. Yeah, I used to play that until it closed. Or rather, I stopped because, well, I was playing too many games. I try to limit the games I play on my handphone. Because I want to read. Yeah. There was that other game. It didn't have what's that? The sweep function. Yeah. You basically had to leave your handphone on you had to leave the game on to farm. Please, heavens no. I like to use my phone for other things. And neither would I want to have a device dedicated for it. I mean, I do have spare phones. No, I don't have spare phones. My last phone broke. And the stopover phone was a loaner. And it was shite. I won't say the brand, even though I want to disparage the brand so much. Anyways. Yay! Okay. Do I want to... I could probably... Yeah, I could probably get the extra 100. Sorry, 90. So that I'd still be above 50 tenfolds. But do I really want Rumi that much? She is kind of hot. Yeah, look at those flames. But the heal over time, she's a striker unit too. She's a striker unit, right? She's a striker unit. There aren't that many striker unit healers. Yeah, there aren't that many striker unit healers. Atsuko and Rumi, which I don't have. I do want them for Pyro. Yeah, the current striker units that heal I have, let's see. And cleanse, even. I don't think I have many cleanse units either. Healers, striker healers. I have Koharu, yeah. Koharu and Kokona. Koharu is red, right? Yeah, she's red. I need to level so many girls. Like Hinata. I completely forgot. She's great for the current raid, damn it. Yeah, I didn't max her out and I basically had to waste all the pink EXP. Whoops, wrong one. Yeah, I had to waste all the pink EXP just to get to 83, not even max. Embarrassing, really. And I ran out of credits. I'm so glad the commissions are boosted right now. But anyway, tomorrow! Right. We're going dungeon diving tomorrow. Entering Odyssey. Tomorrow, yeah? Anyway, that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Oops, wrong button. I was clicking the home button on Blue Archive on my OBS. Anyway, yeah, you don't know how to think about it. I have had the mind to look into some of the stories. What stories have I actually... Wait, what is this? Playing tag in Neverland? I don't remember even skipping it, actually. Valentine Patrol? New Year's Rhapsody? No, New Year's Rhapsody... Yeah, that was the one I did stream. Unconcealed Heart. That was the Ninja Girls. Okay, prior to this. On Sports Festival, I don't remember reading it now. But those are kind of long. Task stories was that? Oh, these tutorials. Groups. Ah, this is what I was looking for. I haven't really. Okay, some of the groups, I don't really know much of. I know the Gourmet Research Society, CNC, Problem Solver, yeah. Not much on the engineering department. I know Veritas is the hacking group, hacker girl group, and the Poor School Lunch Club. Though I don't know much about QV. Yeah, maybe I'll stream looking into this in the future. I really shouldn't be skipping them. But okay, so okay. The reason why I tend to skip mobile game stories is that, well, it's well, you gotta admit that some phone games are just thrown out, you know, nary any story and heavy on what's the term? Monetization, yes. Heavy on monetization instead. In my opinion, story is a good pull. It's just that you need, talent to write it. Well, no, not talent, sorry. You need someone who's actually, put in effort to put a story together rather than, slapping one on after all the merchandising and all that. Yeah, wasteful, really. There are, in fact, some good. Oh, right. There was also that one game that I didn't want to stream. Damn it. They added a story mode after I kind of put it down for a while. And they have stopped development, so I don't have to worry about updates for that one. Maybe sometime in the future. At the very least, my setup feels like it's, properly coming together properly. I used that word twice, good lord. Yeah, my setup is finally feeling neater. Keyboard and mouse are wireless now. Don't have to worry about the charging. Yeah, the cable I use to charge my phone, I can use to charge my mouse, and I got that wireless, docking pad for my mouse, so I can charge it. As long as I put it there, on the stand before I leave, and it'll charge. But it will be charged by the time I get back. And my camera capture is better now. It's properly. But then again, honestly, the light is blinding. Yes, I'm a night owl. I used to be a NEET. And I woke my daytimes and night. My sleep cycle was basically flipped at that time. So I'm very much used to the dark. Anyway, oh right, okay. I guess I can do a book report, a light book report. Hey, as I've posted on Twitter. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. It's only an X. It's just sounds horrible. It sounds like a bad joke. Bad lewd joke. X, really? Was this supposed to be cross? No, it doesn't nowhere near cratchy. Twitter itself they established themselves really well. Why would you rebrand it? Such a shame. Buying the brand and then basically whatever. On Twitter, I posted that I have read latest installment of the Bookworm series, yeah? Please do read it. It's already had so many books. It has what? One, two, three, three arcs so far? Yes, three arcs so far. And it's coming to the conclusion for the third. And then there'll be the fourth arc. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, she finally hit. No, it's not finally. She hit magical puberty. Not two words I'd ever put together. Not if I was sane. No, no, those two words I would never say out in public. And I can't believe they left it on that cliffhanger. God damn it, man! Yeah, and I will continue speaking vaguely because I don't like spoilers. I don't like giving spoilers. Especially for good books, yeah. And then right, I oops. I put down the Apothecary Diaries for quite a while, so there are few books that I haven't read. Yes, and the new arc. Well, not so much arc as it is. Okay, if I see it as arcs, let's see. First few would be consorts. No. No. Honestly, it's I find it really nice that the arcs aren't really well defined. It feels it lets the story flow easier rather than sections. It's like I'll expound on is that right? Is that the right word to use? I'll expand on the flow, shall we say? Yes. It's if I put it in arcs, it's like rapids and calms, right? Between in the river. But but because it's the arcs for the Apothecary Diaries they feel vague to me. It's a lot smoother down the river. Yes. And not each chapter. Yeah. I suppose you could say each chapter is well defined. Yes, it's because the it's because the chapters themselves are well contained, but still hinted at. Yes, they lead up. Yes, they build up into a confrontation. Yes, each chapter has a very faint hint at the final confrontation. Puzzle pieces coming together, and puzzle pieces that only reveal an even bigger puzzle that must be solved to finally reveal the perpetrator behind the orchestrator behind all the events so far. Yes. First one. Okay, if I view it as, the hidden perpetrator as, the arcs, end of the arcs. No. Wait, yes. Yeah. Okay, so the first arc would be basically the consorts. The second arc it feels more like Mao going outside the capital. or rather external. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, first was consolidating her position within the capital. Yes, it's considering consolidating her reputation in the capital. The second being external factors coming into the capital and then Mao Mao going out. In the current arc, yes, it all flows very well together, the arcs. That's why it's so hard for me to define, honestly, to actually even call them arcs all in the first place. Yeah, they flow very well together. Very well written. Well, that being said, it's not like I have any what's certifications, etc., to say that it's well written. I'm pretty sure some people would say otherwise. Eh, I like it, so I'll say it as such. Anyway, The Apothecary Diaries and Bookworm. What's the full name? Nah, in any case, this has been Read, Just Read, yeah?